Okay, welcome back to the Weekly Order, everyone. We're coming off our first challenge, which was very well received, and I think we're very thankful about the outcome. We appreciate everyone's likes, shares, and comments. Like, the engagement's been pretty incredible, eh?
Yeah, the response was awesome. So yeah, thank you everyone. It was a lot of fun shooting that challenge.
Yeah, I don't think people know the amounts of effort that goes in behind it.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously we have to plan a lot of things, make sure a lot of ducks are in order, control the weather.
Which we couldn't do on
freezing. Yeah, it was so cold, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very cool to see that even the public engaged with us. Some clearly didn't engage with us as well. But we sold one. We still have 2 up for sale.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just make your bids.
Yeah. I mean, we do need to make a living somehow, guys.
Yeah, there are original pieces as well.
Yeah. So talking about making a living and everything, let's give you guys a little dive into how YouTube works, right? So on YouTube, for you to start earning money off AdSense, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 40,000 hours watch time within a year's period. So we obviously started this podcast a year ago, just 8 months, 9 months ago.
Yeah.
And we're going to reach the watch time, the required watch time. But for me, it's a thing in South African culture where people don't really subscribe to YouTube channels and they're not used to that kind of vibe yet. So we thought we'd put a bit of an incentive to try change the way people think in South Africa, just to, boost ourselves, and also just the way YouTube works in South Africa. I truly believe that it's a market that's untapped in South Africa, and that I think the potential for someone who's very underprivileged and has a creative mind, can just pick up a camera and potentially be followed by millions. If the South Africans just support them. But to make a long story short and get my own thoughts out there, we want to set up a challenge. So the challenge is that we want to get to 1,000 subscribers by December at the end of the year. Just so we know that we're obviously reaching the goals that we set for ourselves. So if we reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, we will make a weekly order calendar for the year 2021, which is hopefully going to be better than the year 2020 because it's been a fuck show this year.
Yeah.
But everyone would be able to download this calendar. We'll make it easy for you guys to download.
And then all free, all of that stuff.
You don't have to pay for anything or anything like that. We just want to give you guys an incentive for helping us out. So this calendar will be very sexy. Let me put it like that. And if you are not keen to see sexy photos of us, then I don't know how else to incentivize you guys.
And if you haven't seen me without a top on, you're missing out.
It's something you want to see.
Yeah.
So it's a goal that we're setting for ourselves. It's a goal that we're setting for the channel. And I hope you guys will be along the ride and hope we make some good content for you guys.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our channel. Get your mates to subscribe to our channel. It's very
Share
simple.
the videos. Help us out.
And if we get to 1,000 by December, we will do a very sexy
shoot
and it'll be a calendar.
We've all discussed that we're hitting the gym from now till the end of the year hard. But it's a cool little goal that we want to set for ourselves. And just any growth is good growth. So
help us out.
Also want to just change the way that South Africans deal with YouTube. Like I said, I think if we can change the culture around YouTube and get more people to start YouTube channels, it will be a whole industry in itself. And I think it will help not just us, but people who have that creativity in South Africa. So that's the challenge. Help us out, and we will appreciate it a lot. But like I said, we have appreciated the response on our first challenge video a lot. Okay, moving on. Our first topic for today, something I haven't watched, but these two have. I know the backstory, but they're going to inform me very well today. It's Jeffrey Epstein, eh?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily the watching or the documentary itself, but just what's coming news lately is that Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey's sort of accomplice,
sort of a partner in crime,
has been arrested.
But start from the beginning. Give us a backstory of who he is and what happened.
If you don't know the Jeffrey Epstein saga, is that basically what it turned out to be is that he was a very wealthy financier. Although I don't think people 100% know exactly how the money there worked, other than pyramid schemes and Herbalife, but not Herbalife, just normal pyramid schemes. Herbalife's a pyramid scheme, by the way. In case I didn't make that clear. So he made a lot of money, hugely wealthy, had a lot of connections like Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and all those guys, Prince Andrew. And he obviously he got arrested now for having a global pedophile ring, or for running one.
Basically, what he did was create a pyramid scheme of underage girls,
That's crazy, bro.
which is insane to think about.
So you Herbalife guys out there, you already know exactly how that
What we're talking about,
working.
you know the business model.
Yeah. Yeah. So he basically did that, and then he got arrested. He did get arrested initially, and he only served. Do you want to take your shitty painting down?
Maybe I should take it down, bro.
Mine was sold, as you
Hey,
guys know.
any advertising's advertising. Put it out there.
So he had this whole pedophile ring. He was arrested, and then he only ended up serving 13 months. He got to go to work 6 times a week. 6
In this
days
prison
a week.
thing?
Yeah, he got to leave and go to work and come back.
That's fucked.
And
Well,
then he
how's
got
that
arrested
prison?
again, and this was for proper trafficking and all this cuck. And the prosecutors, basically, there was some dodgy ass deal, and all of a sudden Jeffrey agreed to certain charges, and he got sentenced to a couple of months or whatever in prison. But it was on one of the agreements was that Ghislaine was granted immunity. The settlement arrangement was kept confidential. The defendants, sorry, not with the prosecutors, with I think one of the dodgy prosecutors, but the actual attorneys representing the victims and all that stuff didn't get to know anything that happened, what the deal was about. No one got to kind of seek justice in their matters, because this whole thing just went undercover, secret, done, in jail. Then we come to where the most recent news came out, where he was then placed on suicide watch because he allegedly tried to kill himself. And then he was taken off suicide watch 6 days later, because 6 days is a good time to recover.
Yeah,
You'll be happy after 6 days. Everyone knows that.
Suicide. They moved his cellmate out of the prison or out of his cell for some reason. There were guards appointed to watch him. There were cameras on him. So the guards were meant to follow up with him every 30 minutes. And next thing we know, Jeffrey has killed himself.
He has killed himself.
He has killed himself.
So why is there such a big quotation mark around he's killed himself?
Because killing himself is up to debate. Because there were obviously a lot of big fish involved in Jeffrey Epstein's case.
Yeah.
So he could throw a shit ton of people under the bus.
Oh,
and I
fuck,
think
okay.
very important people under the bus. And now the circumstances surrounding his death are fucking fishy as shit.
Very suspicious,
Okay.
bro. Yeah.
So firstly, it was the guards weren't doing what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So they actually eventually got arrested for negligence or
negligence,
whatever. The cameras, there's no camera footage. Cameras were allegedly not working. When he killed himself, they just got rid of that body. No one even knows where the fuck the body went. The body got taken and moved out of there completely. There was no medical examiner brought to examine the body there, only when it got moved. Then
That's
they they hired a private forensic pathologist, I think it is, to check if it was. Oh, Jeffrey's brother got these guys, and he said no, this is not
It's
a
not him.
suicide. So there was certain bones broken in his neck or fractured, which lean towards someone getting strangled as opposed to suicide, because the suicide would obviously pull up,
Yeah.
and the strangulation, it had the marks of being
Pulled backwards.
backwards as opposed to the former, and there's just a lot of mystery around
That is
this.
crazy.
Now-
Bro. Look, I know it sounds hectic, but I'm pretty sure he got what was coming to him. You can't walk this earth being a fucking evil person the whole time. You
Yes,
know?
but I didn't want him to be killed. I wanted to fucking hear everything. I wanted him to throw
Everyone
Bill
under the
Clinton
bus.
under the bus. Oh,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Do you think he was going to throw them under the bus?
yeah, I think in these situations, to get any kind of immunity or whatever it might, because the feds would have said, we'll make your sentence this amount if you throw fucking everyone under the bus.
Yeah,
Because that Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested now, she's going to do exactly that.
So they're gonna. Her as
if
well.
she
that's-
disappears,
So
then
that's the thing. They're now apparently just keeping an eye on her, to make sure she doesn't, because that'll be a fucking bummer if she gets killed as well.
So who was Ghislaine Maxwell? His wife?
No, his
It was very strange,
Business
bro. It
partner,
was literally just like a partner in crime, dude.
That's so fucked. I need to watch the documentary. It does sound interesting.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was they would get young girls to go over to their house.
Guess it's a
And-
nice house.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a super
Palm
huge
Springs, I think.
mansion,
Yeah.
like huge mansion. And they would get these girls to go over to their house, and they would say, "We'll pay you $50 or whatever it is to give Jeffrey a massage." And this Ghislaine was there as well the whole time. And once they got there, they would tell them to like take their clothes off, and then obviously
Sounds like
they
a
would,
bad written
It
porno,
was like
bro.
proper
Yeah.
grooming. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, no, this is what everyone does kind of vibe, you know? You get naked, I get naked. But these girls are also underage.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
and they're all
That's
underage,
fucked,
and then they
bro.
would get their friends to be like,
I don't know
come as well.
how do they get their friends?
Because
into
the
this?
background from it, these girls' background, they often quite poor or
Okay.
not staying with their families anymore. And there's
Money
$50.
can make people do the fucking craziest thing. Eh?
But that's also one of the insane things about this is that, I don't know, you never want to victim blame, but it's kind of like they get naked and often there was sexual activity involved, like
That's what I was
jerking them
wondering,
off or whatever. Yeah. And I think there was sex on various occasions.
That's so
But
fucked
then
up, bro.
apparently Jeffrey would just be confident after that, see you next Tuesday or whatever, and the girl would come back or should recruit friends. So I don't know what kind of mind games they play.
Look at a girl like Riley Reid, right? I know it's a very extreme example.
Who's that?
porn star.
I'm kidding. I'm fully aware.
I'm fully aware. So, bro, if you watch her podcast, she is hectic, bro. Not her podcast, but the podcast that she was on with Logan Paul. She's hectic, bro. She will fucking give Uber Oaks like blowjobs and shit just to get free rides and stuff, bro. And it's like, and then it's like, let's say a girl like that, right? If she comes out saying like, oh no, but these people forced me into it. Who's to blame? Like, look. This Jeffrey Epstein case, bro, is fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
saying these
kind
girls
of
are to blame.
different, yeah.
That's
Way
what
different.
makes it so
But I'm
hard,
saying
yeah.
it's so difficult. Like you're saying, like they keep coming back. You know, do they really need the money that they keep coming back? Like, what has got them gripped? You know,
And I don't know, because like, you look at the money and what they're getting paid. I mean, it can't justify sexual abuse.
yeah. What
I
was it
guess.
like? What did you say? $50?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
much, was it $50? I think it was like 50 or 200 or something.
yeah,
like
Dude,
that.
I'd rather go with
it's
50
money
grand,
for massaging,
bro.
you know. Like if you're gonna massage someone, you get that money. That's great, but also you have to wank him off.
Yeah.
Which you're like,
so fucked
And
up,
these girls
dude.
are like come from a poor background. They're in high school as well. So think about us, like $50 or $100 in high school took you a long way.
If it was $50, yeah, not 50 rand.
$50 or whatever. Yeah, it took you a long way. You know, so I think
No,
for them
definitely
it was
understand, yeah.
good money, but
I'm just saying though, like, look, it's probably the worst analogy ever, bro. Like comparing these girls who are probably very innocent, bro, and who need the money, to a girl like Riley Reid, bro. You know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, for them to keep coming back, and it's a very weird situation. The whole thing, I don't understand
what
any
kind
of
of
it.
grips do you have on these girls?
Just think about it
Like,
now. Like, if you imagine some old lady comes up to you and says, "Oh, Fraser," okay, I don't know what voice I did there, and she's like, "Come, give me a massage." Then she's like, "Listen, put your finger in my bum, and I'll give you fucking 200 rand or a grand. Let's make it a grand." You're like, "Fuck, a quick grand. I'll put my finger up your bum, right?" Then you do it, and then she says to you at the end of it, like, "Next week, come back." You're obviously gonna go home with this experience of that was quite fucking weird, firstly, and that was very, very inappropriate and everything. But maybe you'll be like, "Geez, like I need another grand for the next weekend."
Yeah,
You know, like it's a very
I
weird
always find it
situation.
different though between guys and girls.
I think
as
the
well,
biggest
you
thing
know?
for me is though that it's obviously underage girls, and underage girls don't understand the severity
Yeah, so
of
there's
these
no
things.
real consent there, regardless.
Yeah, because obviously consent if you're underage isn't real consent either.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, because let's say she was 25, then you'd be able to say like she knows what she was getting herself into.
Yeah.
but as
know?
a 14-year-old girl,
She's like, I never knew 14. I thought you guys maybe
Yeah,
meant like
no.
17
Young
years
dude.
and 9 months, bro.
So
14.
another
That's super
crazy
fucked
thing
up,
about
bro.
this dude. So he has a private island, and he would take these girls.
It sounds like
to
a
this
movie.
private island, and
You can escape. and
shit
then, like,
would just break down.
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, on this island, dude. And
How long did he get away with all this shit for?
years,
since the
dude.
1989 or something,
how does he
money and power,
get this
bro.
thing?
That's
Dude, I'm
the
telling
thing.
you now,
That's
money,
how all
yeah.
of his court cases, everything disappeared. And I think that Ghislaine Maxwell was the same, because they found her in New Hampshire. So she was still in America, dude. She hadn't even. I thought she was sitting on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
She was still there because I think she thought, they're not going to arrest me. I've got too much dirt on everyone. There's no way. So I've got protection.
Yeah.
And because I think in the documentary, when they handed some stuff over to the feds or the FBI or whatever, it sort of hushed out, you know, the whole matter. But, you know, there's so many big names involved here, and I'm pretty sure the Queen put a hit on Jeffrey Epstein.
The Queen?
Yeah.
From England?
Yeah,
Prince
because
Andrew-
Prince Andrew was involved in all of this.
How was he involved in this?
He fucked
You
an
guys just-
underage girl, apparently.
You guys just blew my mind, bro.
Yeah, dude.
So he's in a lot of pictures and stuff with them. So he was known to be
I'm
an
watching the
associate
documentary,
of Jeffrey. And then a girl has come out and said, no, Ghislaine got me for Prince Andrew, and we had sex when I was underage or whatever. Then Prince Andrew was like interviewed, and it was fucking awkward.
On the show? On the
Yeah,
pod?
No, it was a private, like a news agency that
Okay.
after
But
the
it is on the
documentary
show.
came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on the show a little bit.
And he was basically, he obviously didn't prep for that interview because
Okay.
he was very, like, he
All
was
over
just
the place.
eluding
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
guilt, you know?
Yeah.
Saying like he doesn't sweat, so that's impossible, and all the shit. Never met this girl in my life, whatever. There's fucking photos with him and the girl, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think the Queen had to clean up his mess,
Do you think the Queen would do that?
put a hit.
Yeah, she's a
fucking,
gangster, bro. She's a savage, dude.
she's a lizard, bro.
I've seen her in a Range Rover, still driving at the age of like 90 or
Yeah,
100.
she's a lizard. She won't die. So
They live
yeah,
forever.
she put a hit on Jeffrey Epstein.
Is the conspiracies
This is
sort
my
of tied
own- this
into the Netflix documentary as well about the Queen putting
No,
the
the Queen is
No.
me.
Oh,
That's praise.
Yeah. So I think the
I
Queen.
think that was
killed
quite far
Jeffrey.
out there. When,
The Queen, all the the Clintons, dude. Hillary and Bill.
Maybe even Uncle Donald as well. He was in there as well.
Yeah, Donald was there, but,
but listen, it's not even confirmed that it was a hit.
no,
No,
of course
no,
not.
no.
But
Yeah.
he didn't kill him. Huh? Come on.
If I was in that
Come on.
situation, I'd kill myself.
Yeah, but the
I feel like
evidence
the
is
worst
telling
human
the
being on
contrary,
earth.
though.
That's crazy. I hope these girls that got like affected by this got like all the money from his estate and shit.
No, so I think they're still fighting for that. I'm not too sure, actually.
I hope his family's poor for the
Because
rest of his
obviously you
life.
can't just get the
bro.
money from the estate. You're going to have to fucking sue someone to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that
yeah.
money,
Obviously,
you know?
you sue him, but then obviously because he's dead.
Because what did it come out with? Like over 500 mil in his estate? Or
Oh,
something
it was
like that?
huge, yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Because he also used to make donations to the police departments and stuff like that, and I think that was
No,
also
how there's
another reason
tactical
as to why-
donations, yeah.
Mm.
So
That's
he-
so messed up.
Yeah,
bro.
so basically where we are, and also with the body being taken away immediately, you don't ever fucking do that, dude. You got to investigate there. Like,
Yeah.
You're in a prison. Was
No
this-
CCTV.
No CCTV. You know, it's all
it's
all
very
too weird.
strange. Yeah.
And if that's a coincidence, then that is a huge coincidence that all of that happened at the same time.
It's weird
you
that
know?
America always has these like interesting crimes and murders. South Africa is so blatant that it's just that's the facts and that's the case, bro.
That's what happened.
Well, we've got so much to deal with.
we
That's
stole-
why they're
he
like, this is
stole-
definitely a murder. That one's a suicide. This is a murder. We
This
don't
guy
have time
stole
to-
the car. You killed him for it. Done.
Yeah, there's no conspiracy here.
We don't have cool murders.
Yeah, I'm sure
We
there's
had
some
that
cool ones.
that case with
The Indian lady as
No,
well.
no.
The
What with the
Annie
husband?
Devani.
no something 506 about statute 506 or something.
That was statute 506.
It's like when you can if you it was with that
Brett
gangster.
Keble.
Yeah, the Brett Cable case.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wasn't that like assisted suicide kind of vibe?
Yeah, so
he shot-
they spoke and said like, I killed this guy and he hired me to kill it, and I'm not going to prison because of I think it was 506 somewhere. I can't remember which statute it was, bro.
idea.
But in there, they were saying like, if you somehow speak all the truth, you get like immunity. It was so messed up, bro.
Well, it depends what the
I watched
state
that
offers.
documentary. That was quite
But
interesting.
Before I forget, you know, Kevin Spacey has also been nailed. So he was also known to be mates
He
with...
looked creepy a bit though,
So
bro.
he's been known to be mates with Jeffrey Epstein's and all the photos and stuff, and all
Okay.
these girls have come forward. Did you ever see the video where he does that talk in like he acts the role of the guy from what's the series he's on? House of Cards.
Okay.
House of Cards. So he plays his main character in this like just response to all the allegations. And when he's there, he's drinking out of this teacup that's apparently like engraved by the royal family. So that's the Queen there again, mates with Kevin Spacey. Then he puts on like a ring towards the end, which people are signaling it's like it's an Illuminati kind of association.
Is this in
Now, Leicester. 3 girls or 3 women who have accused him of whatever crimes, dead
Ooh.
under
That's
mysterious
weird.
circumstances. The Queen.
The
Again.
Queen. triangle Illuminati.
That's why we need Ghislaine to stay alive.
And speak
Because
up.
I wanted to throw the queen
Under the bus.
And my
Imagine
gran's gonna
that's
hate
true.
me for saying this, but
In what world would that ever happen, though?
okay, I'm just joking around a little bit
Yeah.
about the queen, but there's so much shit going on there, and I hope Ghislaine just fucking throws everyone under the bus because I just love juicy gossip,
Yeah.
and also want the victims to get some kind of relief, you know.
Dude, I was speaking, just hearing all these legal terms. I don't know, it's quite off topic, but I was speaking to this girl, and she was like, "What shows are you watching?" Whatever. And I was like, "Love Island and shit." And then she was like, "Oh, I don't like watching Love Island. It's a load of shit." And then she was like, "I'd rather watch Suits and learn something." So I was like, "I hope you're not learning from Suits, because if you say anything like that in South African law, they'll just laugh at you and know that you got it from a series."
Learn something.
Fuck, you don't see anyone scanning documents and punching in fucking suits, do you? Standing in a 4-hour line at court in the boiling hot while the wall's half collapsing, you know. Fuck.
Very different, yeah. Trust me, I fall for the same trap, bro, after I studied.
I work in the industry, it's not the same.
Because also, like, I love it when people come with their fucking movie talk and like, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, you can't do this until, firstly, my love, there's 17,000 different legislative systems in the world, so we don't follow Americans one either.
Bro. But it is funny though when people do that shit. Like, she said it seriously. She's like, "I'd rather watch Suits and learn."
Yeah,
learn what not to do.
Learn what not to say in South African
Got this
law.
huge ass. Well, I don't actually watch this, but I've seen a few episodes. That huge ass office
Yeah.
overlooking Manhattan, get into a McLaren. Bro, I'm still in my fucking Ford Fiesta. I'm 28,
Yeah.
just making enough bread.
They'll
Not
come, up
getting
to,
my full
they'll come up
salary.
to you and be like, "So what did the jury say on that case?"
I object.
Yeah, anyway, let's move on to the next topic. That was quite interesting. I'm very keen to watch that, Jeffrey
But
Epstein.
yeah, investigate the Queen, guys.
Yeah.
Like if the FBI is watching. No, you guys are. No, I'm not going to tell you.
Very messed up though. But yeah, we're going to move on to a topic more South African relevance. But yeah, basically we asked ourselves, should the gyms open up soon? You know, what are your guys' views on that?
I don't care.
You don't care?
So the coronavirus,
So,
dude. Just do
Bradley
your thing.
Martin just went on the news in America. He's a YouTuber, good friends with the Nalk boys.
Shout out to the Nalk boys.
Shout out Nalk. Full send. But he was on the news because he refused to close his gym, and there were a couple of gyms that joined him, and they
In America?
they're refusing to close. It's gotten to a point where they've blacked out the windows in the front, and then all their members come in through the back.
So they are doing it on the sly though.
No,
they're
just
not
because now,
openly, like, fucking,
no, they were openly, but then because now there's so much media outside and being like, look at these fucking people going to the gym.
But America's
They're on the
restrictions,
side now.
aren't they? But they, like, I don't even know
in
what they
every
are. You know?
dude, in every state there's a
It's
different
different,
restriction,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's the stupid
Okay, so
thing.
we can sort of.
But let's just
kinda
say in
clarify
South
that they
Africa,
ban. Yeah.
yeah, so it is banned. But in South Africa, what is your point of view?
Yeah, I mean, I watched a video as well. Eddie Hall is former strongest
Strongest man in the world.
Like he wrote this open letter to
The
who
Queen.
fuck in the UK, bro. Yeah.
Why did
just
you kill
talking
Jeffrey
about-
Epstein? Also,
Open
open
my
the
gym.
gyms.
He was talking about like the mental aspect that
Exercise.
that exercise and the gyms help with.
Okay, but
doing-
you don't need the gym to exercise.
Yeah, I don't back
Poor
that argument
argument.
now. Next, Eddie. Like that.
But yeah, obviously there are other ways to exercise. But
Yeah.
yeah, he was saying that like his kind of safe place is the gym and should be open and whatever.
Oh, poor
Yeah, that's not
Eddie.
an argument.
Poor
Goodness
Eddie.
gracious. Do some push-ups, you'll feel better.
Okay, but we keep taking it to other countries. South Africa, what do we reckon?
So we're looking at it like it's banned. My whole general view on coronavirus is going to impact my decision here because
Yeah.
I'm pretty hurtful of coronavirus and what the government has done to our society by closing shit where it doesn't need to be closed.
Yeah.
We just got to be careful and all that stuff. So the gym for me, it's a business that needs to make a profit that is going under because they are forced to stay closed. However, so I would say yes, open, take the safety precautions.
Would you say
However,
maybe
gym-
more safety precautions? Because I've seen gyms where they sort of like put squares around the whole gym and you're not allowed to
Yeah.
be in anything
So
else but the
that's
squares.
kind of where I'm going. Is
And
that gymming? I mean, obviously,
It
you
is a
sweat
sweaty,
a lot, and so there's bodily
dirty
fluids
environment. Yeah, yeah.
everywhere, you know. So you got to kind of regulate
Let's
that
be honest,
somehow.
it's a nasty place.
It's
bro.
a nasty place, bro. And so you put in the correct safety precautions, and that's how I feel with every business. You got to open.
Yeah, another thing that like open it up, and if you decide to go to the gym, then it's your fucking choice.
Exactly, we are grown ass adults.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what I was going to say. You know, like, dude, it's fine. Open the gyms. No one's forcing you to go to the gym and then get the coronavirus there.
But
bro.
I guess people are essentially saying that, oh yeah, but you want to go, you risking it, but then you
And
get
you
it
go to
and
the
you give it
shops,
to someone else. You know,
It's like obviously just trying to
what the fuck
stop
must we do, dude? You can, and also, I mean, I look more towards the small businesses. So you got a lot of these small gyms.
Not just small
And we
gyms,
look at
personal trainers.
restaurants, and obviously every employee and whatever. You look at restaurants, bars, fucking everything that's crumbling to its knees. I don't think you can be forced to just throw your life's work away.
So here's my point of view. Let's put it like this. I almost just made a little, what do you call it, epiphany, bro. So let's say if you're on the front that the gym should be closed, but you still want to train and everything, then you know what? Contact the personal trainers, contact them and get them to give you home workouts and support them because they're really struggling at this time, right? Otherwise, don't say close the gyms and then not. What must those people do, bro? Sitting at home doing nothing then, and they can physically not work. Fine. If you want to close the gyms, then support the people who need the gyms. You
But
know?
who are you talking to when you say support the people?
The people who want to go gym, but they like, and it's those Karens who like go on at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon because they've just
But
dropped
now
the
they're
kids
not
off.
going to want to spend money on personal trainers if they've never had a personal trainer before.
They usually do though.
Yeah, a lot of
fair
them
enough.
do, yeah.
They must
I
support
know with
though.
the
You know what I'm
personal
saying? You know?
trainers, they are still doing what they can. You know,
I think they're struggling a lot, bro.
of course they're struggling. I mean, it's one of those industries but it is one of the dirtier ones. So
like that's the thing. But here's my point of view as well. And I'm going to try to quickly wrap it up. But I was speaking to Mike, and someone was like, what do you think about the alcohol ban? And because I don't drink that much, and I'm not that driven around drinking, I actually said to the person, I was like, oh, it doesn't affect me that much. So, and then I realized, as I said that, I'm like, that's not right.
that's a
not
stupid
about
fucking.
That's a stupid way of thinking about it. Just because it doesn't affect you, don't be quiet about it, you know? We need the whole economy to start coming back up, and we need to take those safety precautions. And the gyms must also decide if they want to do that, then they have to get someone to sanitize the equipment after every use, you know? You're going to also have to do that kind of
When
stuff.
are they allowed? In level 2?
I don't know, probably level
or whatever?
1.
Probably one even.
Because, I mean, think about it, Frey. If I have the virus and I'm sweating and I touch one weight and you touch the next weight, you got it.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Well, I mean, we got to carry on
Yeah.
living our lives, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. I cannot understand how we're allowing
Yeah.
everyone to just.
But I'm saying you can still open up, but put in strict precautions, you know?
I'm happy with that. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, me too. If you want to go, you can go. If you don't, carry on working out at home.
Yeah. You know what fucks me off though as well, bro, is that like, I feel like we speak a lot of common sense on this podcast. And I would just sometimes wish to like put in front of the right eyes, like the government and some
Yeah.
issues and just be like,
Listen
just
So
like,
fucking
this is what
subscribe
the,
when
this
you're
is what the
watching us,
people
Cyril.
are saying, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're not coming with stupid things here, bro. If I was like, no, build more gyms and fuck.
But I said
say
it in our
something
previous podcast, we say this is what the people are saying.
But it's not always.
It's not.
Well, dude, there's a lot of people who will agree with us.
There's
They'll
a huge
obviously
amount.
say,
Yes,
in the comments and stuff. Obviously, there's going to be different opinions on everything in life,
Yeah.
bro. But I think for the vast majority, we need the economy to start coming up, bro.
Just think logically. If you
Yeah.
if you
And if you don't want to go to the gym, don't go.
Just
Yeah.
think fucking logically.
You can still
What
hard
is
lockdown
happening?
at home by yourself if you want to. No one's saying, no, now you must go to the gyms and stuff.
Yeah.
You can hard lockdown if you want.
Yeah. I promise you, if my business was forced to close and I was making no income now, best believe I'm fucking trading.
Oh, of course. Dude.
All the bottle stores now that have been forced to close, I can tell you each one of them are fucking.
So someone, they just sent us we got 30 seconds. Someone just got caught in our estate selling cigarettes and apparently they got arrested. They sent us a notice.
Hectic.
What, did you ever get a notice
Alcohol,
about
sorry.
it?
No, our complex sent it out saying like, please don't do this. This just happened. But yeah, we got 20 seconds left here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for the love on the video. I hope you guys are keen for the new things to come out.
Subscribe, assholes.
Subscribe
We'll
so
give
you
a
guys
calendar.
can get a sexy calendar from the boys. I mean, I think we got this. Thank you guys so much. Much love.